There's nothing really more soul-crushing than something you loved from your childhood not living up to that expectation. Sure, there's probably other things like, you know, war and poverty and beheadings, but for me, it's a childhood cartoon not living up to the standards that I have bestowed upon it through nostalgic haze of member berries. And that's kind of the case with Beast Wars. Released in 1996, I never got to watch a ton of the show growing up. It was more or less I had a lot of the toys, especially like the McDonald's Beast Wars toys. And so I've always had like a fond memory of that. I think there's a video game of it too. It's like maybe like a fighting game or something, or am I like confusing that with Primal Rage? I don't know. But regardless, I always had fond memories of Beast Wars because it was Transformers, but animals. So it's cooler. Like, who doesn't like animals over cars? So when I was in Half Price Books and I found 2 VHS copies of Beast Wars on VHS tape, obviously, I guess, I had to pick them up because I was like, all right, cool, it's time to relive childhood. Now, going into these, I thought these were actually like movies, because they have a runtime of like an hour and 45 minutes. One of them's even like a feature-length adventure. No, these are collections of episodes from the show, and they have no rhyme or reason, really. I guess with Beastie's Escape, the theme is they escape from something. I guess that's what the theme is. But for the other one, like, I guess it's just episodes that run up to an hour 45, and they were like, yep, we can ship this off. Now, the Beast Wars feature film, if you will, is 5 episodes basically smushed together where we get kind of introduced to what's going on in the story. The story is basically when the Autobots and the Decepticons are fighting in space, they crash land on this planet where they use their scan that they normally like pick up cards and stuff to find their fursonas, if you will. This is a bunch of furries. That planet, though, happens to be an abundance of energons, which is the thing that they're always after. And now the Autobots become the Maximals, and the Decepticons become the Predacons. What a terrible name. And this is pretty much the origins of the Beast Wars. Optimus Prime's like,
Beast Wars!
And Megatron becomes a T-Rex in this show, which is hilarious because, like, yeah, T-Rexes are big and scary, right? But normally when you see a T-Rex, they don't use their little arms. However, Megatron uses his little arms all the time, and it undermines him as a threat so much because it's so goofy looking. Yes. Also, he says, yes, like a bajillion times. Like, after every sentence, he has to go, yes.
I like you, pussycat. Yes.
It's like, what is going on here? He's also like the worst villain of all time because basically we watched 10 episodes on these 2 tapes, and he does nothing every episode. The most damage he ever causes, he bites Optimus Prime's leg, and like that's it. Like, he gets taken out so easy constantly, and like Dinobot's like, dude, I'm out of here. I'm taking over the Predacons. You suck, or I'm leaving, basically. And Megatron's like, you'll step down for me. And then he has another character take out Dinobot, and it's like, he doesn't do anything. There's an episode where the pterodactyl thing tries a coup on Megatron, successfully gets the coup done, and then... Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Very early for me this morning. If you're watching this on the VOD, this doesn't matter. But, what's up? We're playing some Rakdos... Okay, voice. Rakdos Sacrifice, suggested by Pascal Tomasi. Hopefully I'm saying that last name right. But this is a deck that I love the sack outlets, right? I've been playing the mono blue sack a little bit. I've played mono black sack quite a bit. I've played Rakdos sack before, but we're playing some different cards that I've not tried out in a sack deck, like Mog War Marshals. So I'm pretty excited about this list. Let's go over the deck list here, what we got going on. Well, land-wise, we have 1 Bojuka Bog, 4 Dross Force Bridges, 1 Evolving Wilds, which I thought was kind of interesting, 3 Great Furnace, 2 Mountains, 4 Swamps, 1 Rakdos Canarium to bounce, like Bojuka Bog if need be, and 3 Vault to Whispers. Now, that's quite a bit of... I guess it's really not very many tap lands, is it? Excuse me. But anyway, let's talk about our main deck here. Well, what are we doing with this deck? Well, this deck is a sack deck. So you're going to be sacrificing your own cards for the benefit of yourself. And, well, what do we do with that? Well, we have Carrion Feeder as a sack outlet. We have Village Rites as a sack outlet. And Deadly Dispute as a sack outlet. And Kildatha Rebirth. So what Carrion Feeder does is a 1/1/1 drop that it can't block, but if you sacrifice a creature, it gets a +1/+1 counter. A lot of the time when we're sacrificing a creature with Carrion Feeder, we're benefiting other cards as well. With Village Rites and Deadly Dispute, we both sacrifice a creature. Well, Village Rites, I guess, a little bit different. You sacrifice a creature and draw 2 cards. Deadly Dispute, it's a creature or artifact, draw 2 and create a treasure token. Very powerful stuff here. We can also sack treasure tokens to themselves, which pumps Gixan Infiltrator. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then we have Kodatha Rebirth, which is as additional cost to cast a spell, sacrifice an artifact, create 3 1/1 red Goblo creatures. And then we have our payoffs for sacrificing. So cards that are, it's going to get the payoff for the sacrifice is cards like Carrion Feeder. It's a sack outlet, but also when you do sack stuff with Carrion Feeder's ability, it grows. Mortician Beetle and Gixan Infiltrator are both passive, where if you sacrifice a creature, if a player sacrifices a creature, Mortician Beetle gets +1/+1. Gixan Infiltrator does if you sacrifice another permanent, it gets +1/+1. These cards can grow really quickly, get really huge really fast. And then Goblin Blast Runner gets +2/+0 and has Menace as long as we sacrificed a creature this turn. I mean, a permanent this turn. So pretty simple stuff. But what are some of the cards we're sacrificing? Well, you have Mog War Marshal that when it enters the battlefield, you create a 1/1 red goblin creature token. So you're getting 2 bodies for the price of 1. But you're actually getting 3. Because not only... What's up, White Lotus? Not only can you sacrifice the Mog War Marshal, if it dies, it creates a 1/1 red goblin token. And so you can sacrifice it with Carrion Feeder, Kodatha Rebirth, Synthesizer, what have you, and you're basically getting 3 bodies for the price of 1. And it's pretty good. It also can grow the Infiltrator and the Mortician Beetle on its own because you can just not pay its echo cost. And then it pumps up these guys. Then our last little suite of cards are just cards that are good, which is Lightning Bolt, 4 copies of it, and 4 copies of Experimental Synthesizer. That can also sacrifice itself and help us dig for cards. And then we have 1 little lone copy of Tragic Slip to kind of interact with our opponent. Not much interaction in this deck. We're kind of hopefully just going to beat them on the board. Sideboard-wise, we have 2 cast downs for when need be. Same with Diabolic Edict. 2 Gorilla Shamans for the Affinity matchup. 2 Nile Spellbombs for any graveyard shenanigans. 2 Red Elemental Blasts. 2 Serrated Scorpions for burn, because whenever it dies, it deals 2 damage to your opponent. You gain 2 life. 2 Smashed at Us for the Affinity and the litany of options that this card provides. And 2 more Life Staff for that burn matchup. So that's what we got going on in the main deck. Let's get into some games here. Where is it at? I have 2 of them, so I gotta make sure I grab the right one. Okay, Mog War Marshal. Boop. Let's get in some games. Oh no, that game got filled. I was gonna join. How's everybody's morning going? That deck you played yesterday, White Lotus, looks super fun. That Lifeblood deck. That looks really fun. I play a good morning, wifey. I played a white-black version, or Orzhov version, that I love. This deck, Soul Lesson, is what I've dubbed it, because you get to use the lesson cards, and I really like this deck a lot. So that green-black version seems really cool. Yeah, it's fun. Dryas has another version we're trying out. Right on, right on. I'll be looking forward to it. It looks like something that's right up my alley to play. So I'll have to give it a run at some point. I'll have to pull up a deck list and try it out. Where's it at over here? Rakdos. Yoop. Got it. So yeah, it looks really fun. Got a ton of decks on the backlog here, which is always a good problem to have. I'm trying to go in order-ish. The Discord is a little bit different. Sacking Gobos. That's what I'm trying to do, Pascal. This is the deck list you sent me a while ago. I apologize. We're just now getting to it. I have it set to buddies only. Dang it. Yeah, it's because I did the interview Monday. All right. Anyone wants to join? Let's join. I'm in these PTQs, so if anybody watching this while I'm doing these videos or am live, feel free to jump in the queues. I don't mind. You can even stream snipe me. But oh really? That's great. Yep, this is your list. I've so in YouTube it's a lot easier to keep in track of like where we're at because I can just scroll through the comments and see like where we're at, and I'm kind of staggering it based on like person suggestion, I guess. But the Discord, the members only Discord, that is an amazing deal for only $1 a month or $12 for a year. You get access to some amazing and super spicy brews and some great conversation as well. Just throwing that shameless plug out there. It's a great way to support the channel. It's only $1 a month. What is I saying? That one's a little bit harder to like go off of like dates with, but we're getting there. We're getting through the list. We got a lot of decks to play that I'm super excited about. So we're getting there. We're getting there. I don't know what I'm playing tomorrow yet. I'm probably going to do a Discord poll. It's also, if you want to have influence on what I play, join the Discord. All right, enough of that. So I'll probably do that for the next one, for tomorrow's deck, and then Friday we're going back to Hijack Hijinks. This has got to be a mulligan. Not in love with this, but I will keep it. And bottom, probably the Canarium. All right. Pass. A couple things. One, I'm getting redlined over here for my bitrate. We've been having some storms, so hopefully it's not going to affect the stream too much. And I'm still hoping, this is going to be a key word here, I'm still hoping that we can just going to pass here. I'm still hoping that we can you know what? I don't think I am going to pass. I think I'm going to main Village Rights, main Mog War Marshal, keep up Village Rights. I was thinking, so what I was thinking about doing was playing Carrion Feeder and Mog War Marshal on the same turn. So that way when you go to Echo cost, you can sacrifice it with Carrion Feeder. But I was actually thinking upkeep. I guess we don't have an untapped black source to play Carrion Feeder though, do we? I was thinking this was a swamp. It's early, okay? It's early in the morning. That's interesting. Cool. I like it. Not gonna take. I'm just gonna take it. What was I saying? Now you can sack Village Rights in the upkeep. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But I wish we had an untapped black source for this turn. Maybe we'll draw one off this Village Rights. Nope. Untapped black source. For draw. Hey. We did it. Carrion Feeder dies really easy to Lightning Bolt though, right now. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's my plan as of right now is to still stream Thursday and Friday, tomorrow and Friday. But this week has been a week. But I might try to stream some this weekend. Just depends. We have a 3-day weekend, but I know I'm going to be a little bit busy Monday. So if I stream Monday, it'd have to be later Monday or early Monday. It'd have to be one or the other. I like what our opponent's got going on here. Just going to take this for now. Maybe not the smartest thing to do. Okay. We're getting very flooded here. I want to see what we can draw here. We can get like a lightning bolt or something, or a tragic slip. I feel a lot better. Nope. But we do get the blast runner and the rebirth, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm gonna play the blast runner here. We'll play the rebirth. Sacrificing the great furnace. Create a bunch of 1/1s. Going to attack you for just the one here. And pass. I'll say carrying feeder can't block anyway, so. Definitely have gotten a little flooded though. 2-color aggro and Pauper is such a bitch. We've already managed to be both flooded and had a mana problem in the same game. Yeah. Kurt Ape. Cool. I like it. Play Naya. Play the cat, the cheetah cat. Reckless Abandon on what? To my face. Reckless Abandon is a good card that's just now seeing a lot of play. At least it's not Fae. That is true. But I'm pretty sure we're dead here. Take 2. Our opponent is down to 1 card, but like I said, we have 6 of our 19 land in hand. So we're going to have to draw something. That was a voice crack. We're going to have to draw something pretty good here. And that is not good enough. All right. I think Cast Down's fine to bring in here. I like Scorpion. It's a great blocker. I think I'm okay with just these 4. I think we can go down. What do we go down? We'll go down a synthesizer. Man, like our whole deck's pretty trim. Go down a carrion feeder. She might go down 2 carrion feeders here. I know that seems weird, right? I guess they'll have like some kind of in the festivities too. But I like the idea of having a bunch of blockers. Go down 1 beetle too. Cut Kadatha if we cut synth. Alright, I'll cut 1. I'll cut 1 rebirth. That does make sense. I would like to go first, and this This is a hand. We got a lot of whatever. If we get one land, like this turns into a really good hand. I've kept riskier one land hands before, and I'm gonna eat my words for everything I just said. 100%. Yep. All right, Scorpion and pass. One land or a village rights. Yeah, we could get a village rights, and that would work pretty well too. Ledge Walker. Rutro. That's gonna be a hard card for us to deal with. All right. Synthesizer. Land. All right. Any other time I play Synthesizer, it's a land. Okay. Probably should have held the Scorpion back for the hasty one. Yeah, should just mulliganed. Should just mulligan for 2. Oh well. You live and you learn. Hey, we did it. We have won the game. Let's play the Beetle. I'm gonna start holding the Scorpion back. Card Ape, pretty good. A 2/3 for 1 is pretty good. They have a Mog War Marshal of their own. Understandable. I like it. Gets in with a couple Ledge Walkers. Sure. Get a Black Source. That was a good draw. Kinda. We could Gixin Infiltrator. Lightning Bolt away Curt Ape. I like that route of play. And then next turn we can Mog War Marshal. And hopefully grow our Beetle and Infiltrator. I think it's how we win this matchup is just by growing the board. Our opponent is down to 2 cards in hand. The only problem is this Ledge Walker gets really big. If I was them, I would definitely pay the Echo cost on the War Marshal. Hey, they didn't. That's an everybody ability, buddy. Bucko. Yep. Let's grow the little beetle. And there's the Haster. Apparently they just have gas for days. Dang, that sucks because we can't kill that thing. Well, still gonna Lightning Bolt the Curt Ape here. We're gonna take a bit of damage. I don't imagine they attack with a Goblin token here. They do. Okay. Their last card, Mutagenic Growth. That'd be pretty gross. It was not. Well, I'm gonna say let's hit them for 2 and let's gain 2. Cast down. Oh, but I want to Mog War Marshal really badly here. Cast down's kind of important though. Mog War Marshal ourselves. Too many blockers for us not to do this. Probably should have just played out the Goblin Blast Runner too. Honestly, what we should have done. Just getting in with the Ledge Walkers. Sure. All right. Let's get rid of this Mog War Marshal here. Grow some of our dorks. Hmm. I'm going to play the Blast Runner here. Just leave up Cast Down. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do here. It is worth noting that Goblin Blast Runner saw my Mog War Marshal sacrifice. That's kind of cool. Thinking about it. All right, cool. I was like, what's that last card in hand there, opponent? Lightning Bolt. Womp womp. Our opponent's in top deck mode. And let's hope they don't have a Nutsoid draw. Well, Young Wolf is really good. The problem is these Ledge Walkers are going to get us. What would be a good draw for us is an untapped land here. Or Village Rights, I guess. Alright, let's no. Oh, In comes the Ledge Walkers. I'm gonna go down to 7. Draw some cards here. It's like Carrion Feeder would be a really good draw. Play Mog War Marshal. Why didn't you Village and attack with the Gobbo? I should have. I thought I'd be more reactionary with it. That's why. I cannot play a land this turn. I know, the weekly maintenance. That is so annoying when they're having maintenance. They got to tell you a million times that they're going to have maintenance. All right, let's get in there. Let's crunch here. Let's hope their card in hand isn't a Lightning Bolt. Or a Pump Spell. I guess it could have been a Pump Spell, right? Probably right, though. He probably did miss on a few points of damage there. Comes in the ledge walkers again. Yep. Are we just dead to burn spells here? Yep. Alright. Deck is doing a thing, by the way. Yeah. Opponent's deck was cool. We definitely got screwed on mana there in game 2, but we were trying to get there. I feel like we were getting there. We were just way too slow. We were definitely building for it, though. I'm going to keep this. This is fine. Keep. Create 3/1/1s turn 1. I'm okay with this. Thornwood Falls. Interesting. Hit you for 3 and pass. And then we have... we can go Swamp. Deadly Dispute, one of the Gobbo tokens. Or we could play Vault of Whispers. Deadly Dispute, one of the Gobbo tokens. Sack the Treasure token. Sack the red token. And get more Gobbos. More Gabagools. They're not Gabagool. It's Gabagools. Maybe Chromatic Star could fix some of our issues. Can be sacked. Fixes our mana. So we don't have to play as many tap lands. Could be. Excuse me. Could be. I know we're not playing a ton of tap lands, though. Like, that's the thing. Is like, we're not playing a lot of tap lands. Now I kind of just want a synthesizer here, honestly. He did play a land this turn, though. Could always Deadly Dispute the synthesizer, I guess. I'm going to be aggressive. I'm just going to be aggressive here. Oh, that's pretty good. Lead on experimental synthesizer here. Great Furnace? I think I'm just going to take the Great Furnace here. Leave up Lightning Bolt. Hit him for 5, potentially. So where they like tangle or moments piece us. I thought for sure. It's like, are we playing Turbo Fog? You don't see green-blue decks very often. Frantic Inventory? Okay. We do got a Lightning Bolt here. Yeah, we can Carrion Feeder next turn, play Mog War Marshal, and probably close the game out. Depending on what our opponent does here. And then there's Gixian Infiltrator. That's pretty good, too. I think we're just going to go on the Carrion Feeder Mog War Marshal plan here. Haha, they are Fog. You son of a bitch. Fine, then. I'm going to set up Gixian Infiltrator. Well, at least they can't prevent munitions. Weather the storm, be a bitch, though. Yeah, true. Do we have makeshift munitions in this deck? We don't. Yeah, we don't. Gosh darn it. Oh, we're going to bring in the Spell Bomb. Is that it? Is that all we bring in? Red Elemental Blast, I guess. I'd have thought we had it. No. No, we're down on that one. Well, I'm just going to attack with everything. Might as well. They didn't have it. Well, we got them down to one shot away from Lightning Bolt. Growth Spiral, sure. I like that card a lot. I think I just like the artwork to it a lot. That island's pretty cool. Like the Titan. I haven't played Turbo Fog in such a long time. Check this out. Watch this move. Let's see if they fall for it. Nice. Oh, so yeah, that Tragic Slip would 100% be a munitions. I think Tragic Slip's fine. Eh, maybe they don't have it. Gosh dang it. Yup. Our opponent's on the no fun route here. Alright. I'm just gonna let him have that one. Ring in the red elemental blast and the spell bombs for the moment's peace in the grave. We got Tragic Slip. And I just don't think Lightning Bolt. I'm gonna leave one in. I just don't think it's worth it. Run it back. Yep. Nope. I mean, there's definitely a strong art. You know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna keep it. I don't care that much. Our opponent is just gonna annoy the shit out of us. So if we don't have the best hand, I don't really care that much. Turbo Fog is probably in the top 5 most unfun decks to play against. Just Fog in general, but we might have a with the carrion feeders. We might have a super hot start. reach for game 3. If we get to game 3, yeah, I'll bring in the Scorpions. I thought about it, but I decided not to. But yeah, I probably should. Just replace the Lightning Bolt and stuff with them. This way the desert doesn't kill our creatures. Well, kind of getting screwed on mana here. Well, I did keep the 1 land hand, though. This is my fault. You live by the fire, you die by the fire. Yep, fog. Whatever, dude. Too early in the morning to play this nonsense. Oh, we're going to get to attack them this turn. Let's draw an untapped red source so we can Synthesizer and then Deadly Dispute the Synthesizer. I don't think I would fog for 4 on 16 if I was the opponent. They probably just have a handful of it, right? There's enough of an argument to sack that beetle to grow or to get in 2 more points of damage, I think. There's also probably the better argument of leaving the beetle and Deadly Disputing it. Probably the better choice. Piece of the puzzle. They got Tangle. There's no way they don't take Tangle. Super annoying. Let's see if they Tangle here. They did not. Oh, our opponent sucks. I hate this fog deck so much. It is so not fun to play. Yeah, weather the storm. I don't care. We know they have Tangle in hand. They get another Fog and another Tangle. Jesus Christ. Part of me just wants to go to a different game. I mean, honestly. We have that salt emoji for a reason, right? Our start was too slow against this deck. Yeah. I hate this deck. I really do. I don't think it's that good of a deck either. Like the only decks like this deck is good against is like particularly like this strat, like a just creature beat deck. We should play it, and I'm good. This is one of those decks that goes in the category of I don't enjoy playing against it, and there's nothing about it that makes me want to play it either. Like this, Cycle Storm. Those are like two decks or the Goblin First Day of Class Mogwarts. Those are like decks that I really don't like playing against, and I really don't like. I don't think I'd like playing them either. They fall in that category of stuff. Yeah, I'm just gonna pass. I kind of whiffed on that one. I mean, they got a bunch of frantic inventories, but they still have two Tangles in hand, though. Right? Oh, they let the other Tangle go? I don't know. I'm not going to dig through the stuff to find it. Hmm. Can't really punish him this turn for this, but gonna empty our hand a little bit here. You know what? Always yield. Always yes. Draw a couple cards. Combo and fog decks are my least favorite to pilot. Doesn't align with my personality. Kind of agree. Kind of big agree with that. Possessed Portal was a meme deck in Modern once. Still see some play. It was about as obnoxious as you can think a Tron prison deck would be. It sounds like it. There are definitely decks out there that people hate that fit my bill of interest a little bit more. One of those being One of those being like Lantern. I think Lantern seems fun. Guess I don't have a personality. Ponza, yeah, Ponza is annoying. Is an annoying deck that everybody hates. That I think seems fun. They have to respect this beetle. They do respect that beetle. Yeah, Ponza would be a deck that everybody hates. That I think is fun. Wow, that's board state. It doesn't matter. They just have infinity tangles. What's up, G%? How's your day going? But yeah, Ponzo would be one. 8-rack. A lot of people hate 8-rack. I think it's really fun. A lot of people hate Dredge. I think it's really fun. So everybody has their strategy. Everybody has their strategies that they like, and I just personally hate this deck. I don't think it's fun to play against, and I really don't have any interest in playing the deck either. Hell, they might deck themselves. What the fuck is their win con? Not much of personality either. Not much. Coffee and rain. No clients till 3. Buddy, that is my morning. Coffee and rain. It has been pouring down rain for the past, like, I don't know, since 6 p.m. yesterday. It's starting to slow down, so I'm hoping I can get the bed of my truck back on. It does seem like it's slowing down a little bit, which is pretty nice. I still want to know what the fuck their win con is. Oh yeah, stream of thought. That's right. 8-rack uses to die so hard against a chalice of the void. Yes, it did. Or Leyline of Sanctity. Those have shut down that game plan pretty rough. If I played against a Chalice deck, I try to sideboard in as much non-1 drops as I had in my sideboard, even if it didn't really do much against our opponent. I still brought him in as something to do. Because I also played, like, last time I played it anyway, I had, like, Ashiok and stuff like that in the deck. I forgot Stream of Thoughts, how they win games. We're not winning, by the way. No, we're not. No, I've checked out of this game. This is so not fun. Yeah, pretty much catched out. Surging Flame Delver, ever played it? New tech with red-blue prowess creature that puts an instant on top? Uh-uh. Oh, that Ripple card? Yeah, I played against a Ripple deck not too long ago. That was kind of wild to see. I don't care. I'm just gonna send the horde in. Yep. Such a lame deck. Two Weather the Storms, Fog, and Tangle. Uh, I'm just going to another game. This is not fun. Yeah, it uses divisive cover up, beats fog better than this. Well, so fog, when it was running pretty prevalent, you used to run cards that would not allow combat damage to be prevented. But nobody runs fog anymore, so nobody plays that in the sideboard anymore. Which is actually probably positioning fog into a really, really good spot. Some old school players once invited me to their event and told me I could use proxies. Turns out they don't like turbostasis. Teach them. I like this deck a lot, though. We're 0-2 with it so far, but game 1 probably wasn't the best playing, and then game 2 is just turbo fog. Mulligan. Keep. Bottom Bajuka. I don't want that many tap lands. Draws Force Bridge, pass. I will say this though, although I like the Rakdos sack, I played another Rakdos sack deck before. I do like it. I prefer mono black sack. I hated their lands. The rest look solid. All right, took down whatever mono blue is. Good deck, but I'm learning format. Sorry, I'm a little slow. That's fine, Mr. Bochat. We'll check you out. What do you mean by that, though, Pascal? We got the win. Yeah. I mean, we basically won every game. We won every game in our heart, right? I'll keep this. I don't know how I feel about this, but I'll keep it. Pass. I've been brewing based on that Changeling Tribal deck we saw 9 cards. We saw 9 cards from during one of your streams last week. Oh yeah, that Changeling Tribal deck was wild. What do you got so far, G%? The deck was crazy. I mean, I like everything about it except for the mana. Yeah. I mean, well, that's like, well, you know, that's 2 color decks, right? That's just that's their shtick, right? I don't know if I want a Mog War Marshal here, honestly. Yeah, because we can get Deadly Dispute off the ground out into the upkeep. Let's do that. And then we can Kadoltha Rebirth we can Kadoltha Rebirth away the treasure token. That is if they don't just end the festivities here. Rebel Cleric, Angel Artificer, Zombies. Ooh, kind of like that. Yeah, because the Gem Palm Polluter would just allow you to burn for everything that's a changeling, right? That deck was cool, though. Honestly, that changeling deck, that was really cool. I will say that. Huh? Oh, I accidentally clicked Lightning Bolt, didn't I? I still like upkeep sacking the Mog War Marshal here. So I think I'm just going to take... Could just double block, right? I'm fine with this. Yeah, that changeling deck was cool. That's one thing I like about playing the TPQs is you run into a lot more homebrewy stuff. It's almost immune to Breath Weapon and the Pirate Breath Weapon. The changeling deck, we get Skewered here. Skewer the Critic's such a sweet card. I need to build just mono red burn and play it one time. I don't think I've ever played just straight up mono red burn in my deck on my channel. I think I've only done Rakdos Madness burn or mono black burn. Although it seems like Propaganda's had a lot of success with mono black burn here recently, so like that's really cool. Now we totally get blown out by in the festivities here though, doing the play path we're doing. A Breathweapon and Changeling deck sounds spicy. Does, doesn't it? Oh yeah, because they're all changelings, so they would be dragons and pirates. Yeah, think about that. That's pretty cool. I'm brewing. Yeah, I'd love to see a list when you get it done, G%. Oh, light. No. Trying to debate on what I want to do here. Attack you with one Goblu. Black white for emphasis on rebels. Makes sense. Get in with the Gabagool here. I know. Quit telling me. I wish you would quit interrupting like that. Bolt is boring, but probably best. It is a little boring. I don't know if I care that much because we can just chump. I think I would want to say Bolt for one of their Flame Breather cards, one of their pingers. So the question, I'm just debating on if I want a Blast Runner here or a Rebirth because I'm a little bit concerned about in the festivities. I think I'm a Blast Runner here. Blast Runner pass. That's what I was thinking. We can Rebirth next turn. I just feel like in the festivities would be really rough for us. I love these Kamigawa lands. They're so cool. That Neon Dynasty Kamigawa or whatever, that set was so awesome. Just on the like an artwork stance alone was really cool. I think I'm going to probably just let this go. We're going to take Burn to the Blast Runner. Bye, buddy. And then if they want to trigger Swift Spear again, we can Lightning Bolt it. Or we can just chump it, right? If they go to in the festivities, I'll probably try to Lightning Bolt Swift. I don't know, because then we're out of range. We need that token in my honest opinion. Alright, I'm going to kill this Swift Spear here. Let's get rid of that Swifty. What are they going to find off of Reckless? Epicure Mountain. Okay, I think they can play these cards this turn. I think they haven't played a land. Did they play a land this turn? Sweet. I guess they did. Alright, okay. Village Rites makes me want to do the Rebirth plan here a lot more. Like a Carrion Feeder would be really absurd. Let's see what we find here. A Rebirth? Alright. Rebirth. Make some Gobos. Oh, we're going to lose a Lightning Bolt. I guess not. I guess we could just so we don't lose it. Who's the burn deck now? Attack you for 2. Pass the turn. Just keep up Village Rites. For when our festivities wants to be ended, but we're not ready for the after party to be over. You know what I mean? We have the Scorpion and the Life Staff in the sideboard, and that's really all we got. But it's pretty good. Just the question is like, what else do we want to bring in? Why'd they play a land from hand and not one from exile? It seems a little weird, right? Because they could have cycled that land away. Because they had another land in hand as well. Okay. Okay. We go to end step. We're not getting festivity here. Awesome. We have drawn all the rebirths. I'm going to attack here and then just village rights away one of the goblin tokens afterwards. Just to see if we can draw a carrion feeder or something. Fine with this trade-off. What do we find here? War Marshal. Not the best. Well, let's War Marshal here. And pass. We have 5 power on board and we can rebuild quickly. If they do decide to in the festivities. Mog War Marshal survives the in the festivities. And you know what? Maybe I'll just pay his Echo cost. We don't have enough gobos. That bothers me when they miss a free land drop. It bothers me even more when I do it. I'm kind of in the same boat. It bothers me. I don't necessarily bother me when they do it because it benefits me maybe a little bit, but it definitely bothers me when I do it. I do it all the time. I sequence synthesizer and stuff like that so poorly. I'm trying to learn though to keep that in mind though. It's like, hey, don't do that. So I can't imagine they attack here. It'd be really greedy. Yeah, sure. Upkeep. Yep, I will pay the up cost, the echo cost. We get a deadly dispute. That's pretty good. Whichever one he blocks with his spear will get deadly disputed. They're down to 2 cards in hand. Ooh, that was good. Let's just play Blast Runner. It survives in the festivities pretty well. A close game with expert play is more satisfying than a game won on mistake. That is very true. That is very true. Hardcast Fire Blast. Is that a shot of desperation here? Yep. Okay. It was. Serrated Scorpion, 100% comes in. Life Staff, 100% comes in. The rest of their creatures should die pretty easily to Lightning Bolt. Definitely Tragic Slip, so I don't feel like we need to bring Cast Down or Diabolic Edict in. I think these are the 4 we want, and we want to go out... What? That's the question, ain't it? I'm going to go out 1 Rebirth and 1 Synthesizer. My reasoning being that they more than likely have in the festivities. Better than burn confirmed. We did it. Cards are too small. Do I see Goblin Grenade? You do not see Goblin Grenade. Here. Does that help? That's as big as Magic will let me get them. I don't know if I like that for sideboarding. This display. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this for sideboarding, but hmm. Huh. Tough question. Might go down one more rebirth and one more synthesizer. Run it like that. Yes, that helps. Good. I'm glad it does. I'll try to get used to it. I don't know how I feel about this. G% you can only shame you not putting in grenade after games we lost. No shame. No shame in this corner. We're a shame-free stream on every level. That's like the thing is like, is this hand keepable? I don't feel like it is. You're dual lightning bolt though. We evolving wilds for a lightning bolt for. I want to keep. No shame at all. It's not a full goblin deck. No, we do run enough goblins. I actually thought when I looked at this list earlier this morning, I was like, I wonder if like 1 or 2 lightning bolts out for 2 goblin grenades would be good just for reach. Because goblin grenade can just close the game out of nowhere. Untap land here would be amazing. Nope. Alright. Evolving Wilds. Pass. Go get a mountain. Play with Jukabog. Hold up Lightning Bolt. Then next turn we can do Serrated Scorpion. Working on mono red goblin deck. Just want to play with grenade. Yeah, I played a mono red goblin deck that was really solid. I've gotten a lot of game wins with it. I haven't upgraded it in a long time. Sorry, opponent. Also, I like how they're like good deck but slow. It's like, bro, you're playing Burn. Of course, it's a good deck. This, if you can see it, is the goblin deck I've ran before. It's pretty awesome. Polling audience, how many clerics in the meta right now? What do you mean by clerics? Shit. Ah, fuck. Oh well. I didn't realize we was on the end step. That's my bad. Alright. Oh, we're getting our mountain. We got our swamp, so let's just play the scorpion out and pass. Fiddlesticks. But yeah, this is the goblin deck I played before. It's really sweet. I had a lot of fun with it. So, they're definitely around, for sure. I don't know, like I said, like I don't have Blast Runner in that deck. Blast Runner feels like a really good one drop. Soul Warden Dawnbringer. I don't think a lot. Like Dawnbringer I see quite a bit, but like Soul Warden I don't see very often. Yeah, there's definitely probably upgrades you can do to Gerblins. Chain Lightning, sure. We gain 2 off of that, and you lose a Chain Lightning, so I'll take that. Goblins are a solid triad. I don't like playing them. Trauma from Onslaught Draft. I like Goblins. They're a really fun aggro deck to me. Yeah, like Blast Runner would be a great upgrade for the deck. I don't think I've played it since Swift Spear's been legal, so Swift Spear obviously would be really good for obvious reasons. Wish we had another untapped black source, so that's why I don't really want to run out Blast Runner or Mortician Beetle here. I think I'm just going to leave those in hand and keep up Lightning Bolt. For like a Swifty or something like that, Flame Breather or something. Be game 5 life, nice. Comes in the other Epicure. Love a life staff here. They're going to cycle away a land. Yeah, what I want to do is next turn just Mortician Beetle, Goblin Blast Runner, leave up Village Rites. Unfortunately, Mortician Beetle's not going to grow enough. There's the Flame Breather. Alright, cool. So we know they have it. We got the Lightning Bolt ready for it. Which may make me change my game plan here. Honestly. Timberlift have dropped the Bushwhacker for Goblin Tinker. It's more fun than competitive. We all need some fun brews in our collection. Very, very true. I'll have to look up Goblin Tinker. I'm not sure what that card is. Alright. Lightning Bolts out the wazoo. Just play Bajuka Bog. Let's bog you, and I'm still gonna double spell here. And then I'm just gonna Lightning Bolt the Flame Breather. If we don't get the Village Rites, we don't get the Village Rites. Our man's just not allowing it, and I feel like we need to get creatures down. There's the Flame Breather, sure. Swifty. I'm just gonna bolt this thing now. Okay, cool. That's the more damaging card. Blast Runner can block these Epicures all day. All day, air day. We have Bolt to clean up this other Swift Spear. Flame Breather is just going to be the more obnoxious card. We need a life staff, though. Our opponent can just close the game out of nowhere, and we still have a ways to go. They are running like Fire Blast. They are running probably Searing Blaze, too. Yep. There's a Lightning Bolt. The face, sure. We just dead this turn. Wonder why they didn't fire the Lightning Bolt off. I guess that's the question, right? Is like, do we fire off the Lightning Bolt to get the extra point of damage in? Personally, I say yes. That's what I personally say. Is yes, that's what you do. But hey, that's pretty good. Moggy. Moggy boy here. Let's Village Rites you away. Always yes, always yield. Oh, carry. Pick up the bog. Oh, I don't think we carry and feeder though. We could get it out of bolt range. Yeah, let's carry and feeder here. I'm not going to attack here Maybe I do. They double block the Menace. They double block the Mortician Beetle. All right, let's do it. I'm attacking here. Yep, that's what I'm doing too. They block with the Blast Runner. It's a clean trade. If they try to double block the Mortician Beetle, we just eat the War Marshal. What's up, Raging Bull? Happy birthday, everybody. Send a happy birthday to Raging Bull. If you're watching this, just type out a quick little happy birthday to our pal Raging Bull. Happy birthday. Hope you're having a great birthday. I hope you're having a great trip. That's awesome. Happy birthday. We'll let this trade go through. You can block with Mog and sack defeater. Yep, that's what my plan is. I would love a life staff though here. They're gonna Reckless Impulse. They're gonna find another Reckless and a Synthesizer. Very good cards. I'd like the 2 bolts to the face if possible. If we get there, that's what my plan is. We got to get to that step first. You know what I mean? We got to get to that step first. There's another Flame Breather, though. That's pretty grody. We might just clean their creatures up, honestly, next turn, depending on what our opponent does here. Oh, they're going for it. Okay, cool. Cool. Then we're kind of wide open with Carrion Feeder here to do whatever we want with it. They're going to get a point of damage in with Flame Breather here. They have played a land this turn, I'm pretty sure. Our opponent has kind of flooded a little bit. Normally you don't see that many lands on Burnside. There's the Electrickery. That is going to do nothing to us here. So, board wipes confirmed. But I think we won game 1 against them. Pretty sure we did. Sack to the zombie here. Let's grow all of our critters. I'm loving this deck. Yeah, I like the Rakdos sack a lot. I do agree with Pascal. Our mana base is a little funky. But it is what it is. Why would they play Electricity or Festivities in a burn deck? It could just be one of 2 reasons. Oh shit. Fire Blast coming to our face here. I mean to the Carrion Feeder here. Make a 4/4. Instant speed, true. Well, it's not like they didn't have the lands for it. Yeah, I guess that's true. Electrickery is instant speed. There's definitely arguments for one or the other, too. The Carrion Feeder is kind of awesome. I'm just going to clean their creatures off the board here. Probably for kicked Bushwhacker. I mean, yeah, I like the idea of the bolts going to the face, but their creatures are problematic, and we're down to 10 life. So, I'm going to punch him in the face and hopefully get them. They're in top deck mode, but they do have Reckless. They do have the synthesizer, so they can definitely dig for stuff. But I want to just try to out aggro them here. We've got a pretty good clock, and this turn's probably going to be a bit of a wash. Into Festivities would be too slow on turn 3, Kadaltha Rebirth, and Kicked Whacker. But UAF is an amazing card. Yeah, In the Festivities is really, really good. I would say probably most of the time I'm playing it, but I definitely, like, I've played Electricity before. It's a very strong card. Instant speed is not something to chortle at. You know what I mean? Instant speed is a real thing, for sure. In Fey matchups. I also like Electricity more in Fey matchups. 100%. 100% agree. Well, they have all the cards in the world. I think this Reckless Impulso would disappear, so it just leaves them with Lava Dart and Mountain. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that one's from the synthesizer. Okay, cool. It is. Rebirth here. Had some Eagle Rare last night. What is that? Kentucky Straight Bourbon, just small glass. Oh, okay. If I finish reading it. Literally the smoothest bourbon I've ever had. No burn at all. Gift from my bro-in-law. That's awesome. I'll have to keep that in mind. I like a good bourbon. That's the hard part, though, is finding a good bourbon. I don't think we can get the kill here. Burn is always spelled with a capital B. Very, very true. For the burn. They are not blocking here. Okay, can we kill them? Okay. I guess they saw the writing on the wall. So we're 1-2 currently with the deck. We lost to a Gruul aggro deck that we probably lost because of bad plays and bad mulligan decisions, and then we lost a Turbo Fog because that deck exists again, I guess. This hand is probably keepable. Lotus, you're right. You got to put on some respect on it. Put in the respect. I'm gonna keep this and bottom the additional lightning bolt here. We're not on the play. What is this? That is not a land I've ever seen before. Our opponent Naya? Is that what's going on here? Play draws, force bridge, pass. Next turn, probably just lead on synthesizer. Take that dirty burn player. Yeah, we took down burn. And our one sideboard card being sorted. So here's my thing, and I've said this before. I'm gonna say that, is this like a? Oh, this might be Reanimator. Let's go. I want to see this. My one thing with burn is I almost always win when I'm playing against burn, and the burn player is trying to control my board with burn cards. That I don't. Yep, it's definitely. This is the Dredge deck. Let's go. Oh, hell yeah. Well, it may not be exactly Dredge, but I've seen. Let's go. I'm excited to see this. I'm all about whatever our opponent's doing right now. But yeah, I'm not the if you're playing burn, you can use your burn cards occasionally to hit I wouldn't mind an untap land here. Stop. I get it. You're going to do maintenance. The Scourge Dragon Aurors are are some of my favorite ever. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I was actually looking at a Dredge combo list a few days ago that I was like, man, this looks so much fun. I have it built too. I just got to find time to play it, but I'm very, very excited about it. What was I talking about before that though? I lost my train of thought. I got excited about this deck. Oh, burn. Yeah, if you're gonna play burn, like I super recommend not neat. That's cool. I super recommend not Yeah, that's awesome. I super recommend not going with the let's try to control the board with burn spell route. That's not like the smoothest idea in my opinion. Well, let's rebirth the synthesizer here. We lose our deadly dispute. We don't have to lose it though. But we probably should lose it. Trying to think here. Burn goes face, face goes die. Yep. You can use it occasionally to deal with like super problematic cards, but like I would say like 85% of your burn spells has to go in hand. Cast it? I'm thinking about it. Infiltrator is interesting. Infiltrator might be how we dig past this 4/5 vigilance. I'm just gonna pass. I'm assuming this is one of those decks like once they do the one thing, that's it. Because that's what it looks like, but who knows. This deck is wild though. So the deck I can't see working that much. Like, right? It's got to have like a bad variance path to it. Makes me want to build one with Seed of Hope, Satyr Wayfinder, and the rest of the gang. Lexikov had a build with Vigilance Dragon card coming back onto Solto Scavenger, the Delve Flyer. That's awesome. Like, I like this a lot. Like, this is cool. Whatever our opponent's up to is really, really cool. Dragon Breath. There's the other Scavenger. They chose creatures, so their hand is full of stuff. Oh shoot, that's literally what the opponent's doing? Yeah, Gogari gets a love in the chat, right? Our opponent's doing some really sweet stuff here. That's all I wanted. I wanted to build a community of Golgari players. That's really all I want. Golgari and Rakdos players. Get those dirty Fae players out of here. I'm just teasing. No discrimination here. Unless you're playing Fog. Then get out. Also just teasing, by the way. Well, let's Infiltrator here. Let's Rebirth here. Let's apparently tap my mana wrong. So I don't have Upkeep Lightning Bolt. I'll take Gruul too. Yeah, Gruul's cool too. Let's just play the other carrion feeder, I guess. Or Resolve for the win. Or Resolve is also cool. There's really, let's be honest, there's not really like an uncool color combo in Magic. Is Jund acceptable? Jund's 100% acceptable. It's all three of the colors that we love. Red, black, and green. Non-blue. Yeah, just non-blue. Actually, no. Mono blue sack is wicked awesome. So no, we're all in. Well, decisions have been made, apparently. I, for some reason, thought Gixian Infiltrator could attack this turn. Selesnya? Yeah, all of them's good. We're all good here. Simic Ramp. My deck of many colors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can kill this thing. Start growing. We're going to lose our wide board state, but we're going to grow an enormous board state instead. Make a 5/5. The problem is they're going to play this other Scavenger, and it's going to get Breath and Dragon Skills all in one swift go. Glorious 8th Tithe is disgusting. Theta Wayfinder. And they get the Dragon Fangs? Oh, goodness gracious. I love this. I love what our opponent's doing. I love everything about it. It's the perfect kind of jank I want to bathe in. Although it might be too slow. It might not get there. I don't know. Let's see how big this thing is. 4 Mana Tithe, 4 spikes. Why you gotta be so cruel? They get a 7/6, 5/6. Haste, Vigilance, and Trample is pretty good. I would just attack because why not? It doesn't tap down. However, we have quite the board. They can come to face. Although they don't die next turn. Top deck Lightning Bolt would be sweet here. Nope, another Rebirth. All right, Rebirth may turn the tides into our favor a little bit here. Because it may present too much, if that makes sense. We may present too much of a board presence. We have the Lightning Bolt too. That's worth noting. Let's get in with everybody. Even Waifu laughed on that one. Perfect jank I want to bathe in. They're just going to block the 8. Can we kill them this turn? They're going to block the little carrion feeder. So the question is still, can we kill them this turn? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's look over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take them to 11. One, 2, 3. That's 8. Hit him for 10. We have a crazy board, but we could still just die. As long as our opponent doesn't get out another big, hasty creature, we should be fine. Well, that flies. Let's rephrase that. If it's on the ground, it's fine, but if it flies, we're in trouble. What's worth noting is we can Lightning Bolt in response to these coming onto the battlefield, so gotta go watch a replay. Good luck. Nice brew. Yeah, good. Have a good rest of your day, Torvis. Thanks for coming in, hanging out. This has been a fun deck. I like the sack engine decks a lot, the aristocrat kind of decks a lot. So I'm a big fan of them. Our opponent though is getting blockers for days. But we could put them in a position where they just die anyway. Especially if we just Lightning Bolt away one of their critters. If we Lightning Bolt away one of their critters, they have to block these two, right? Sack Blast Runner takes them to 1. I think we got a Lightning Bolt one of their State Wayfinders and hope this goes up. Yo, did you catch the Lotus stream we play Slash? I had a blast watching. I did. Yep, I watched the replay. That deck was super cool, and you did a pretty good job, Lotus, for your first stream. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you continue doing it. All right, they scoop it up. They realized that they were super dead. Cast down, Diabolic Edict, 100% comes in. Spell Bombs, 100% comes in. Everything else probably doesn't matter. Tragic Slip's fine. I don't like Lightning Bolt here that much in this matchup, so we're going to go out the Lightning Bolts. And I'm going to go down 1 synthesizer. Let's do that. Let's do that. For anybody watching who doesn't know, White Lotus that is in the chat also does Magic content as well. They did their first stream yesterday playing a really cool Lifeblood deck. This is a mulligan. Although I had the sideboard tech, I was unfortunately a mulligan. So if you want to check out their channel, I would assume their name pops up. You can check it out. But yeah, you can check out White Lotus's channel. They also play a lot of cool like brewy decks as well. So definitely give them a shot. Thanks, Slash. I need a lot of production work. Chat was unreadable. Screen's not positioned right. I don't know the software you're using. I use OBS. So I can't really say too much for the software you're using. But like in OBS, you can actually just layer things really nicely. And you can create multiple layers. So you can like capture things and then layer them in a correct order to where things pop up. So like I don't know how to describe it, but like I noticed like you had the game screen like kind of something like this. And then you had the chat a little bit over here that was kind of behind it and stuff. So I'm assuming whatever screen or streaming software you're using doesn't have like layers maybe. But Dross Forest Bridge. Yeah, just lead on Dross Forest Bridge. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it was a great stream. You had great commentary. The deck was fun. Your commentary is good. There was like this weird like double audio thing that popped up, but I'm not sure what that has. I'm not sure what would cause that unless maybe you had like some kind of reverb on or something. I've used OBS but tried Prism Live, similar setup to OBS but more modemized interface. I'm not sure what you mean by that. Like a simpler interface then? Is that what you mean? Diabolic Edict is actually really cool here. I'm just gonna Blast Runner and Beetle here. Honestly, what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I like OBS quite a bit. Yeah, otherwise, I mean, like I said, your commentary was great. The deck was fun. It was a good stream. Yeah, more simple and intuitive interface. Wasn't bad to use. Right on. Right on. It was a good stream, like I said. It was a good stream. The Gur Daddy. The Turbo Daddy here. We have the nice cleanup for it. Volta Whispers. Let's just get rid of the Gur Mag here. Get ourselves a 2/2 pass. I'd like to have something that isn't Deadly Dispute in hand. Grizzly Salvage. See what they reveal here. Bone Mine. Bone Axe. Does Grapple let you grab any of them? Yeah, Grapple lets you grab stuff. There's the Scavenger. Bone Picker. Okay. No, I get it now. A little late to the party there. Cast Down would be cool. That'd be a cool draw. Now we get the Moggy Boy instead. I wish I could play the Gixin Infiltrator over the Mog War Marshal here. But I think we're going to have to Mog. Sucks this critter's got flying. Pass. And then upkeep, we can Deadly Dispute away the War Marshal. Hopefully draw something of relevance. But we're going to get crushed for 5 in the face here. Flashback Marauder would be clutch right now. No, yeah, no kidding. Flashback Marauder would be insane right now. All right, upkeep. Deadly Dispute. Grow the Dorks. Let's draw some cards. Tragic Slip's pretty good. And we get Synthesizer. Just Tragic Slip that thing now. Attack with everybody and pass. What I want to do is lead with Synthesizer and Gixian Infiltrator, probably. Jeezy Pete's. That's scary. They ditch a double Dragon Breath. They scoop it up. They didn't have it. All right, well. What did we go? 3 and 2, 2 and 2, something like that. But yeah, I like this deck a lot. I like how I mentioned Tragic Slip not being supposed to be in the deck at the start of the stream, and it just being awesome every time I draw it. Tragic Slip is okay. Tragic Slip is like one of the best removal cards if you're playing a deck like this. Like no cap. It also kills the Kenku Artificer Indestructible Bird. Just by the way. I've ran this card a lot in Mono Black Sack. I've ran 4 copies of it. I think this card is fabulous. Super good. 3-2 lost first 2, won the last 3. Okay, but wasn't one of those just somebody played an island and quit? do we count that one? It's a Defile of Black Sack, pretty much. Really, really, really good. I like this deck a lot. It does things I like quite a bit. The amount of tap lands I'm indifferent on. I don't know how I feel about the... We got him good. I don't know how I feel about Rakdos Canarium in this build. Evolving Wilds is kind of a fun little spice because it works with Gixian Infiltrator and Blast Runner pretty well. So I do kind of like Evolving Wilds. And I think having one of it is fine because you can fix your curve, or you can have like a late game screw up combat math kind of move with Evolving Wilds. So I kind of like the one of Evolving Wilds. But Jukabog's fine. Draws, really the mana base is okay. There is a lot of tap lands for an aggro deck. But I guess the real question is like, are we actually like that much of an aggro deck? Because the more I played it, the more I was kind of like, so when you play Mono Black Sack is pretty aggro, right? Let's look at Mono Black Sack real quick. This is an older version. Yeah, this is a little bit of an older version. So, you know, we're playing cards like Nested Shambler to block to get out tokens and stuff. And then we're being aggro shell by maybe 1 or 2 Chromatic Star. Maybe not, though. Maybe. You know, you're using cards like Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle to outgrow your opponent, to cram in. This isn't Prozac. This is just Mono Black Sack. Prozac's a different animal. But you're kind of using that as the aggro beats, right? You're using some of your dummy cards to aggro out the game. But this deck, I feel like, maybe it is kind of the same strat and I'm just being an idiot. But like, to me, it's like, I feel like with this strat, you're using cards like Synthesizer, Rebirth, and Mog War Marshal to act as a buffer. And then you're using cards like Carrion Feeder, Mortician Beetle, Gixian Infiltrator, and kind of Blast Runner. It's kind of funny because Blast Runner actually seems like one of the worst cards in the deck when we were running it. But I still think it's a really good card. you're kind of using that to buff these guys so big that they just become ginormous bombs, right? That's kind of what you're doing, and you're kind of not really comboing off, but you're kind of just staving the board until you have a board that you can just sack, and then you're just off to the races and close the game out super quick. I think Mog War Marshal is a fantastic sacrifice outlet for Carrion Feeder or Gixian Infiltrator or Mortician Beetle. I think Kadotha Rebirth is also amazing addition for this deck in that sense of sacking off all the creatures and stuff. I think it's awesome. Old Raging Bull, it would be card I would try, good with Runner, Infiltrator, Rebirth, Dispute. Yeah, but the question is what do we cut from it? You know what I mean? That's like the question. If we brought in Chromatic Star, I would take out like a synthesizer, like maybe one synthesizer, one, I don't know. You know, that's the question. Exactly, Pascal. Even Goldhound got me thinking. It is a good question. Yeah, so I don't really know what would go down here. Sideboard wise, I think it's fine. I think it's a fine sideboard. I'd cut one Gix and one Bolt. I wouldn't cut the Gixian Infiltrator. You could probably cut a Bolt and a Synthesizer out for it. I have maybe an awful take or a bit of a hot take. The more I play Synthesizer, the less I like this card. And it might be because I don't sequence this card right. That could be the case. Gix is an all-star here. Yeah, Gixian Infiltrator, no. I don't think we go down 4 of Gix at all. But the more I play Synthesizer, the less I kind of like this card. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's not bad. It's a good card, but like, maybe I've just cast it too much. Maybe that's the case. Maybe I'm just not, like, you know, synchronizing it properly. Synth is always a turn 3 or later play for me. It's slow. That's how I feel too. That's exactly how I feel too. It's like card you want like to have some kind of setup with, and I really don't like seeing multiples of it when I draw it. That's just me. Like if I could draw like, let's say it's like turn 4 or 5, and I draw one of these, I'd be like, okay, cool. We kind of get a redraw, and then we can get a creature later, another redraw. But like when you have like 2 of these in your opening hand, or you just draw one of these like in the first 3 turns, it's like, ugh. I don't know. There's just something about it. The more I play it, the less I kind of like this card. I still think it's a very powerful card. I think it's very good. 2 synth for 2 Goldhounds. What one's Goldhound again? I know it's the artifact menace card, right? Yeah, first strike menace. You can sacrifice to add 1 mana of any color. There are certain decks synth works well in, others it's clunky. Yeah, and that's what like a Rebirth deck, it works pretty well in. I like it in that. I like it in like a Boros Bullies deck, you know, or like the Boros Synthesizer deck. Like I kind of like it in that too. But like, yeah, there's some decks I play this in. I'm just like, this isn't. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. It's just like I said. It's just the more I draw it and the more I play it and stuff, the more I'm like, I just don't care too much for this. I'm probably down 4 synth and up 4 Bone Picker. Then we might as well just play like Prozac or something, right? Which I need to play that deck again. That deck was so much fun. Where's it at? Black Sack Proliferate, Prozac. I don't know. I just don't name it that. I keep calling it that, so I keep looking for it as Prozac, and it's not there. I need to play this deck again. This deck was so much fun. It was so much fun. I need to play it again. But yeah, that's been Rakdos Sacrifice. I like this deck quite a bit. Thank you, Pascal, for the recommendation. I am a huge fan of these. This is not the deck. I'm a huge fan of these strategies. I think they're really, really fun. I love Carrion Feeder. It's one of my favorite cards in the format. I'm also a huge fan of the Beetle and Gixian Infiltrator. So really love playing it. I'm super thankful we finally got to play it. We can't cut the synth for Picker and still play the Rebirth. That is true. We'd have to go out the Rebirth too. And then we're just changing the whole package of the deck. We might as well just go back to mono black at that point. Bone Picker, though, is a great card. It's a really, really good card. But, yeah, I super appreciate the deck suggestion. It was a lot of fun. Don't know what I'm going to play tomorrow. I'll put it in the Discord. later. If you want to join that Discord, see some awesome brews, take votes in what we play, have some access to amazing and fun chats, if you will. It's $1 a month. You can become a member with the link in the description. It's $1 a month or $12 a year, but you have to pay it monthly. So that's a great way to go. Thanks for playing deck. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion, Pascal. I love the deck suggestion. If you have a deck suggestion for me, you can send links in the Discord, but if you want to just comment it here on YouTube, if you just want to comment your deck suggestion here on YouTube, just type it out, comment it wherever on YouTube. I will find it at some point, more than likely, and we'll add it to the queue. A free way to support the channel is just subscribing, liking, sharing the videos, commenting. All that stuff goes a long way in helping the channel out as well. It's a free way to do so. Also, yes, happy birthday, Raging Bull. I hope you have a wonderful day and enjoy that birthday. And also hope you're having a great time on your trip. And I will hopefully catch y'all tomorrow at the normalish time. Not so early because I'm still sleepy. So hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will maybe catch you tomorrow. So peace. Bye.